we're gonna be reacting to something I didn't know was happening today. So the PC gaming show, which I didn't know until this year, that they do these more than once a year, including the Future Game Show. The Future Game Show, their sister site from Games Radar Plus. This is the PC Gamer presents PC Gaming Show Most Wanted. I don't fully know what this is, but it seemed like from the TikTok that came up when I was trying to wake up this morning. That it's like and games that we're anticipating, upcoming games that a lot of people are looking that people are looking forward to. I think these are going to be mostly like a lot of indie style stuff. I don't know. But if you don't know what the PC gaming show is or the Future Game Show, I kind of treat them as the same because they're essentially the same show. They feature a lot of the same games too. There's these showcases which I thought were just exclusively to E3. E3 around that time. Again, the big major announcements from the major publishers about like games coming up for the rest of the year or games being worked on for the next year. So try to get people hyped and also in you know better for investors and it's pretty much it's a money thing. It's a whole like it was started off as like a press conference thing, but now it's like it's a showcase. It's such embedded in our gaming culture that we need to be building up the hype. It's something we look forward to. But now, naturally, next week there's going to be the Game Awards, which is the next big thing in my mind to like the E3 season. Or I'm more focused on Summer Game Fest now because RIP E3 that shit's dead. But this is a show that's put on by PC Gamer. Not exactly the best, but they do showcase some gems often. And the problem is that both this and the Future Game Show, again, they're both very long shows that don't need to be that long, and there's two of them, and they're usually the same thing. So it's hard to say like, yeah, watch both of these because they're like it's such a struggle, but it's like, oh, you might find something that you're looking forward to that you want to wish list. So I don't know if there's gonna be like new game announcements over here. This might be just stuff we already know and just like developer updates and stuff. So I'll be honest, the stream length here is 2.5 hours almost. And I don't plan on sitting here for 2.5 hours, even though I do live stream for about like 4 hours every time I stream now, which is insane to me because I used to do like 2 to 4 hours a week. Now it's like 4 hours or maybe more per day that I'm streaming. So it's crazy that I got to this point. But for this was so last minute. I didn't even know this was a thing. We're not doing this for Spawn Trap, obviously. There's no way I would have been like, hey, obviously this is not live. This is something that happened earlier today. I was so busy today, I didn't get any sort of like spoilers or anything. I don't even know if this is worth recording. This might be just completely useless. But if it's if we're enjoying ourselves enough, I will upload this to my main YouTube channel, which is lacking content. So this is just something else to upload. So we'll do that. Um, but they do these more than once a year, surprisingly. I have missed some. And I'm clumping the PC Gaming Show and the Future Game Show together. There was a Future Game Show, I guess, like 3 months ago, and I missed that somehow. And I think like 3 months ago was like when Nintendo, the PlayStation, and Xbox. I'm pretty sure like all three of them had surprise showcases just out of nowhere. And I'm like, what is it E3 all of a sudden? Like right now in the middle of fall? So yeah, so I think they kind of just follow the trend here. Like this is the right time for us to do these shows that nobody knows about and don't get talked about as much. So of course I miss it and I don't know when they're actually doing these. So so yeah, it's been throughout the year. I only think of them around E3 time. So I just saw this on my feed today. I'm like, oh, maybe when I'm at my computer today, you know, not working on shit. That even though I want to work on shit, this show I want to work on, um, that maybe I can do a reaction stream. I don't know how long it is, but well, maybe like an hour. Nope, it's 2.5 hours. So I was thinking, I'm like, do they, even before I saw the length, I'm like, I'm wondering if they did like a back to back thing with the future game show. Do I need to look that up? And I'm like, nope, this is long enough. Even if there is one, I will not react to it. But thankfully, it doesn't look like there is one. So we're gonna be limiting to this stream. I don't want to sit here for the full thing, so I might be forwarding through stuff. There's a game because I'm totally expecting they're gonna like showcase a game like we talked about this game back in June or July or whatever. And now here's the big update from the developer, and we're gonna sit down and talk with them about like what to look forward to in the game. So if it's gonna be like that kind of show, I'm gonna be like skipping through stuff. I think I did do this for one of these kind of showcases. But I don't. I think it was last year because I remember maybe it might have been the year before. I remember like watching the Marvel's Midnight Suns trailer, which was an amazing trailer. Game not so much. And then which was super disappointing. I'm like, maybe I like this type of game. It didn't look up my alley, but I'm like, maybe I'll give it a try. It was free one weekend, and it wasn't my thing. But everything else about the game was like, this is up my alley. The aesthetic, the characters, the design choices and everything. I'm like, yeah, I want to be in this world. I want to be immersed in this game. And it's like, no, it's like a strategy game. You've never played these before. You don't know if you'll like them, and then we're gonna introduce card mechanics, which are super confusing, and then this whole like relationship aspect. I'm like, why? Like, why? It could have been so cool. It's such a cool concept. But I remember watching a bunch of trailers like that, and I was skipping through stuff that I met. But I think it was all in like one playlist. So I didn't. So I did sort of a similar thing. I was just picking and choosing stuff. This is all one stream. It's not segmented. I don't think there's a playlist or anything where it is segmented. But I haven't been spoiled, so I'm just gonna play it. Whatever I don't like, I'm just gonna skip through. This will be up on my main channel, so if you happen to be showing up lurking on Twitch, or I should say YouTube. This will be up on Twitch. I'm sure I'll archive it on Twitch. But on YouTube, if you're watching this live, if you're lurking live, it won't be here. I will be I'll be taking it down. If I decide to keep it, it most likely will be on Twitch. But if I decide to keep it, it will be uploaded to my main channel. So you might be watching this on my main YouTube channel. If so, I do live streams over on at Till Plays Live on YouTube, and it is a featured channel on this playlist, so you can find it there. It might be listed down in the description below, or in my Linktree link down in the description below, unless YouTube killed the links in the description because they hate me. And there's an ongoing saga of that on this channel that I'm sure you can watch. But you can watch all my live streams there. These reaction streams I've been doing like every once in a while for like solo stuff that isn't like a huge deal, or stuff that I can't watch live that I want to do later. But for the majority of it, any sort of like live stream reactions are over on my podcasting channel at Spawntrap Games, also on YouTube, where we talk about video games, but also this past year especially, a lot of Marvel stuff for our Marvel podcast, Hit Pause MCU, which is probably going to be taking a break next year because there's going to be a drought of Marvel content, so we won't have a lot to talk about compared to this past year. So hopefully that means more gaming podcasts and more gaming discussions and live reactions. And I've been solo on the live reactions for a lot of stuff this past year, because all of our lives have changed in significant ways where we couldn't work around a whole like let's all get together at this time for live schedule. Also, they announce stuff last minute, and I hate it. It's so hard to plan stuff as a group, you know. It's so frustrating, but that's what the situation is. So let's see what the show is. Hopefully it's a good time. It's usually hit or miss or a mixed bag with PC Gamer or with Games Radar. They put on a really weird, awkward, cringy show sometimes. But we'll see. We'll see what this is.
Stay tuned for new trailers, developer interviews.
Also, I'm green screen. I could just do this full, I guess.
Most anticipated games.
I can do full screen, right?
Who picked these games, you might be wondering? Who decides which games are noteworthy, which games get featured in a 2-hour showcase presented on major video platforms? What, some kind of elite cabal of game experts? Some sort of gaming congress? No, not a congress.
Oh, there's a timer where I am right now. That's like counting down 11 minutes.
Is the council a whispered rumor?
So there's a pre-show, it looks like. Okay.
All these and more, a scattered lineage of enlightened minds stretching back into the distant past. Before Doom, before Pong, even before people thought backgammon was exciting.
Is this that one game that I was in that same stream that I was referencing earlier? There's a game franchise that I knew nothing about, and it was like the third one of the franchise. And I'm like, why have I never heard of this game? And it dated back to like a really old board game from before I was born.
Over millennia of human history, this work has continued, but the task grows only greater.
Blood Bowl was it? It was the showcase of Blood Bowl 3 or 4 or something.
Gaming bounty.
Like, what the fuck is Blood Bowl?
Each year, innumerable games. Every day, dozens of roguelikes, extraction shooters, and ever more esoteric simulators reveal themselves. Landmark releases, triumphs of the art swallowed in moments by the onrushing tide. It's... well, frankly, it's a lot. Starfield? Oh, sure. I'm only in Act 2 of Baldur's Gate 3 after 48 hours, but I can fit in time for Starfield. Oh, silly me, I forgot that there's another Modern Warfare,
Baldur's
but
Gate, yeah.
what's that? Counter-Strike 2?
I need a Baldur's Gate controller.
Would it be wrong to play the Bluey video?
Oh yeah, by the way, the most important thing here that I forgot to mention. Next week for Spawn Trap, we are reacting to the Game Awards. It'll be live at twitch.tv/SpawnTrapGames or youtube.com/@SpawnTrapGames. You can watch us react live to the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure myself and Court will be there. Court might be a little bit late, and I think maybe Jordan's going to be there too, because he's like double checking with me the other day. I'm like, yeah, it's Thursday, so.
The first of its kind. The Council's members transmute their dedication into cosmic insight.
I think this is nothing.
Their well-worn mice and
I thought they're.
WASD keys
This is
are
just a pre-show skit.
Their grimoires derived from game.
Let's forward
To
here.
determine the most wanted games, the Council
They can't pull off
Their
Oh yeah, I guess it's M. They can't pull off a big like elaborate skit like Devolver Digital can. I'm sorry. Like they try every year. Like kudos to them,
that
but
should contain a list of all of the games that are currently sort of in play for the next year or however long we're looking ahead. Basically, it's very simple. They're asked to put a mark next to it against how excited they are for that release.
Okay.
On a scale of sort of -1
Is this
to
for their
5,
staff?
5 being I'm super excited about it, -1 is kind of
For how they
simply,
select
this
these
looks
games?
bad. We're randomizing the sort order of that list for everyone so that one of the things with voting systems is that you get a bias towards stuff at the top of the list. It gets voted on higher, and then by the time you're down at number 100, people have lost interest. So we're randomizing it to keep that nice and stable. Some of the council members are what we're calling kind of core council members. They're going to be required to vote on every single new game as they're added to the overall list, so about once a month or so.
So there's 100 games.
For reasons that will hopefully become apparent later. But the rest of the panel, they don't have to vote on absolutely everything.
Oh, so this
We're also
isn't
moving
really just a
games,
showcase.
games that people have voted
This is
on
like an
previously
actual
to the
like
top, so
voting thing
that's
that
a
they're
little bit
doing.
easier for them to manage it month to month. Like, yeah, okay, Half-Life 3, if it's on there, that'll be near the top. I'm very
Half-Life
interested
3,
in that.
okay.
Please bring it along.
Sure.
Those are out there. When someone has finished casting their ballot,
It's about
there's
as
a
likely
button
as
that they can
Beyond
tick,
Good and Evil
it
2
says,
and
yep, I'm done. Checks that everything that they need to vote on, if they have to vote
what
on
are the
it,
other games that are
everything or
never
anything
happening
is
now?
done. And then sometime later, Evan or one of the team members at PC Gamer will run a separate spreadsheet that goes through all of those councillors' individual ballots and reads those results, moves them into a personal history so the councillor can see their own history as well. And once it's moved into that history, it brings it into the central sheet where we do the algorithmic magic to turn it into a score.
That's the most wanted ranking algorithm. So this is a whole like thing.
The standard
I
way of doing
didn't
it would
even
be
know
like an
happened.
arithmetic mean. That's like your normal way of just add them all up and divide by how many votes you've got. But where, as sort of Ollie's explained,
This is a whole
we're going to have a variable number of panelists.
ranking
and we're
slash
gonna have a
award
variable
thing.
number of
Not
titles,
award, but
and not every panelist is going to be required to vote on every title, which means
I need to get better
the
at
arith- the
playing
arithmetic mean
new
approach
games
would probably skew
this
the
next
results
year.
a
But
little bit.
I there's so many
by-
games I missed out on that I want to
So
play
we
that I've
look for
been
an alternative,
playing through
which
this
really
past
lands
year,
on the Bayesian
which has
averaging
been great.
technique, but allows us to introduce a couple of parameters to help us to tailor how that, how sensitive it is to different numbers of votes and the variation in the number of titles and the number of panelists over time. So we can make use of that core group within the panel to build in expertise as prior sort of expertise and knowledge into the algorithm title by title
So
to make
could be
sure that we're going to be
I could be skipping this,
sensitive
but I
enough
kind of want to know
capture
what exactly they're
those
doing.
titles that perhaps have a lower profile, so you may have so that we don't swamp the rankings with very high profile games.
How'd you go about doing this?
I guess if you start off with the traditional average that you're probably used to, where you add everything up and divide it by the number, it's then
This is basically for their
just a
website,
tweak or a
PC Gamer.
modification of that.
It's almost ever so slightly weighting it with some prior guess in a way. That guess is the opinion of the core panel that we're able to build in as an initial starting position for the arithmetic mean to then it would then drift as more votes are collected, and it would drift towards the total panel's opinion over time.
So if we know that the core panelists gave a game an average rating of 3 or whatever, that they only represent, say, half of the overall panel. So we can use that and say, well, okay, if absolutely everyone on the panel voted on this, then it would probably end up with about 3.
Yeah.
If half of the non-core panel have voted and they're coming in at 4 or 5, then we know that the core panel would fill in the blanks kind of for the remaining quarter and bring it down a little bit.
And we're able to tailor it title by title so that we can make sure that we're sensitive enough to the high versus low profile title.
To
Okay.
join the council.
So it's
is
not
to carry a
ranked.
coin,
It's
a
not being
binding seal,
showcased
badge of office,
by
granted only
what's
to
the
these
most
anointed
anticipated.
forged with metals from
It's-
forbidden depths and shaped
It's showcased. They're doing a showcase based. It's all randomized, but it's the pick of like the top 100 most anticipated games among their staff or their panel or whatever they're doing. This is PC Gamer, so I think it's just all their staff. And then I think they're doing like some sort of voting thing after. But I really don't get like why are they voting though? Like isn't the whole I guess okay. Yeah, I don't get what they're voting though. So if everybody's like picking the games that they're most anticipating, like they calculated and put into a poll, like these are like top 100 games out of what everybody said. And then they're voting on that. Like, isn't that essentially they've already voted? Because like you already know like how many people are excited per these games. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. So they kind of explained it. So I guess we understand like how they're going to be showcasing it, but I really don't get how the whole voting aspect comes into it. Jesus, that's such a this huge shift in volume. I apologize for that. That is unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Hello and welcome to the PC gaming show Most Wanted, powered
Right.
by Intel.
It's 480p. That's why it looks like shit. Sorry.
Streaming to you from the Churchill War Rooms, London's underground government command bunker built back in World War II. But why the fortified venue? Well, today we
By the way,
have
rest in hell,
numbers on video
Kissinger.
Maybe you've noticed there are a lot of video games lately. That's why over the next hour and a half of previews and exclusive reveals, we'll be counting down the definitive ranking of unreleased PC games as selected by The Council. PC
The
Gamer's
Council.
own hand-picked panel of more than 70 industry experts. We've tasked legendary
I wanna-
game developers, accessibility experts, game critics,
I wanna
and
name, like,
content
a
creators for choosing
stream
which games of tomorrow deserve
group,
your
The
attention
Council.
today. We tallied up those votes to build the most wanted.
Maybe for, like,
The
our
top
Baldur's
25
Gate,
upcoming PC games
crew.
chosen by the finest
Oh,
minds
it's
in the business.
okay.
But
I
we
know some of
didn't
these
stop
streamers.
there.
Not
We
personally.
traveled
I just
around the
know
world to
who
meet
they
with
are.
developers in their studios, gathering first-hand info from the minds behind the games.
Yeah, the
we
first one was
love
Harry.
most.
What's
We'll be
her
airing those
Twitch
interviews
channel?
throughout the show. And that's
I
not
know,
all.
I'm following her on
This
social media.
entire show is a showcase of games we think you'll be talking about in the near future.
And then there's some other ones I saw
We'll
on
also
there too.
highlight games on the PC gaming show. Which
Okay, so
bringing
the
you
Twitch
even more
Twitch
reveals
streamers are the
and new
council.
trailers. Let's kick things off with the number 25 game on the most wanted list. Still Wakes the
Oh,
Deep.
it is okay.
I mean,
They are doing it
what
by number.
better setting for our first game than a collapsing oil rig off the Scottish coast haunted by an otherworldly monster? This psychological horror game features 0 weapons.
So,
but
no
I'm
new
sure the
announcements, just
protagonists
stuff
will
we
be
already know.
Totally fine. From the Chinese Room, the studio behind Dear Esther
Um,
and Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, this is one of only
Those games
2
I've never
horror
played. I
games
do
built
own
out
them. I've never had an interest in playing them, but I do own them. Maybe one Halloween,
Number 25.
I'll stream them.
Still
Number
wakes the
25.
deep.
Let me I'm gonna put a notepad open here. I think I've heard of this game.
Hey there, PC Gaming Show. My name's Jason Graves, and I'm super excited to be able to officially announce that I'm the music composer for Chinese Room's Still Wakes the Deep. The Chinese Room has a history.
Oh,
of
this
incredible
was,
music games, and I'm really
Where did we
excited
see
to be a
this? This
part
was recent, right?
Knew very quickly that we wanted to work with Jason.
Was this opening night live?
Scary.
Which I
musical
forgot I
tone,
reacted
trying
to, and that
get
is on
other
this channel,
emotions we're also trying
on
to
the main
develop.
channel,
So we
not
needed
the
someone
live
who could
channel if you're watching live.
Walk that very fine line that we're trying to achieve. Yeah.
I can be scary all day.
This is
and
this is the
that's
one where the
fun,
guy was
but
like
what
shifting through
really
the
makes it fun, I think,
oil
is
rig,
that
right?
combination of emotional and scary.
Yeah,
Because one
yeah,
sort of feeds the other. The setting of the rig in the middle of the
Interesting
ocean felt
setting.
like the score
It feels
was
like
sort of
Outlast though, and I don't know if I'm gonna
and
like
dialed in.
enjoy
We
it.
sort of split the sounds of the score in half. And one half of the score, we've got live strings and live woodwinds. You can't replace live players. These players are fantastic. And it's about the emotion and the humanity. The other half of the score is a synthesizer and an actual sound sculpture that was built specifically for the score. I've got a friend who literally is a metal artist, and he ended up creating a sculpture which he affectionately named the Rig. Every surface of it can be tapped, bowed, scraped, or rubbed, and it makes all these different sounds.
Ah, I hate that.
They're about as non-human and non-emotionally tender or sensitive as you can get. It's the opposite end of the spectrum.
It's an emotionally complex game, and I think the music is able to reflect this with the use of these several different families of instruments.
And this game, I think, is going to be another fantastic entry in the Chinese Room catalog.
Oh, they have a documentary. Current gen only. I don't think we're seeing any past
Our
gen
list of
games
most
anymore.
wanted games on PC was voted for by a hand-picked panel of more than 70 industry experts we inducted into a not-so-secret society called
Okay.
The council.
The
Let's
council.
hear from some of them.
It is I, Miss Mika, the Bane of Melania. I am a member of the council.
My name is Marina
think I've seen her
Halligan. I'm from
before.
Colossal Order.
My name is Chris Barassa. I'm the creative director at Red Hook Studios. I'm here to reveal that in addition to being a little sunburnt, I'm a member of the council.
I voted strongly for Tiny Glade and Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hey, I'm Jessica Klein from Blackbird Interactive, and I'm one of the voters who helped select the games in the PC gaming show Most Wanted.
Hello, my name is Esfand.
Are they-
I'm a member of the council.
And who is on this?
I know
mysterious
S-Fan,
council?
yeah.
It could be anyone. Even Sid Meier.
I got an Illuminati style cloak to prove it.
Number 24, Sword of the Sea.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this
Games
is
have a special capacity for movement, for empowering us to move in ways
this
that
is
are
from the
graceful or
makers of
athletic or physically impossible.
Damn, why am I blanking
In
on
this
the game
case, you're hoverboarding across magical, otherworldly terrain. And if anyone can
Was it
turn
Hyperlight
gliding
Drifter?
on a magic sword into an experience of meditative wonder, it's the visual and musical artists behind Abzu and Journey.
Absolute Journey. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Dwarf
yeah.
Fortress is a PC classic, famous as a factory of unforgettable stories. After releasing way back in 2006, Dwarf Fortress finally migrated to Steam 1 year ago. Soon, the masterpiece of sandbox simulation is expanding even further with a revival of its celebrated roguelike game mode. Fresh from the mountain homes, here's an exclusive first look at the return of Dwarf Fortress Adventure Mode.
Was
Hi, this is Tarn and Zach, the creators of Dwarf Fortress. Here we're in this cool fortress with the dwarf Vukar working on an artifact, and he's made Kasha Zunal a gold ring for his family.
This isn't gonna be
But
my
now
game,
I'm
so
going
we're
to
gonna
retire the sport because
go
I want to
forward.
hold this ring in my own
Is this number 23 or is this just like a feature? Dwarf Fortress. Okay,
You can make
cool.
a character and event go off to, or there's the workshop map to it.
In the second quarter of 2024. Next up in our countdown, we've got another great-looking independent game. Set in an eerie Polish town in the 1990s, Holston blends throwback pixel art, modern dynamic lighting, and mixed camera perspectives that caught the eye of our judges.
Okay. Okay, so that wasn't
Number
23. The Dwarf Forge.
Holston.
So they have like a featured games kind of like showcase.
Kochaneczku, pomóż kobiecie w potrzebie. Uważaj tam na siebie. Byłaś stamtąd, jeśli wciąż niczego nie znalazłeś. O mój Boże, światła nie działają. I co mam zamiar z tym zrobić? Masz jakiś pomysł?
Na terenie należy zachować zasady bezpieczeństwa i higieny pracy.
What's happening? Like what? I'm just kind of like curious what this game actually is. So there's a top-down aspect of it, and then there's a third-person shooter aspect to it. Switch, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. All top, yeah. Okay. Sea of Thieves or oh, I think it could be. Oh shit. I think it might be. I haven't played that game forever. I did try playing it at one point this year. I was like, I didn't play much of it because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this is not Sea of Thieves. Aw. Is crafting. Is this Fortnite? It's just like extended trailer. It's not. Kinda had that like tone. Under a rock.
Explore a world that evolution forgot in Under a Rock, launching in early access next summer.
Okay.
Up next, the clock ticks towards the dark hour once again. February brings a long
Should have made coffee for
reimagining
this.
the game that found the magic mix of after-school extracurriculars and interdimensional dungeon crawls. In the 22 slot, here's a message from game producer.
Maybe we'll take a break in the middle of it.
About the upcoming remake of Persona 3.
I mean, I don't want to because I want this to just be one video, but... Okay, we're on number 22.
Persona 3 Reload.
So we would say around,
PC ゲーミングショーをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。ペルソナ3リロードプロデューサーの新妻亮太です。
I don't care about Persona, to be honest.
この度は数多くのタイトルからMost Wanted ゲーム
What do we say?
作を選んでいただき、
Around like number 13?
皆さんの大きな期待を感じられてとても嬉しいとともに
I'm skipping over Persona. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's people that might be looking forward to Persona. I have no interest in Persona, but the music is great in the games. So.
I just getting in.
Yeah, let's skip over here. Okay, what's next? 21. Frogger. They're bringing Frogger back. Oh yeah, Unrailed. Unrailed, choose your path. I feel like I wouldn't enjoy these games. But apparently the first one was really good. I know a lot of people were talking about it when it came out. Sorry that I'm yawning. Like I said, not as much sleep as I should have got last night. And a very long, stressful day.
Steams into early access in 2024. We continue our march through the Most Wanted with a game that's a truly handcrafted work of art. A stop-motion story of friendship on an alien seabed, featuring a lovingly sculpted ensemble of stranded weirdos. Let's take a look.
I like, I don't know what I was gonna say.
21.
Like weirdos.
Harold Halibut.
Hi. More than 10 years ago, we started building tiny sets and puppets to make our game Harold Halibut.
Now, the wait is almost over. Enjoy our new trailer.
Learning about people is a kind of adventure. A way of exploring lots of little worlds that exist within the Fedora.
The Fedora!
Little worlds that barren and
That's great.
uninhabitable from the outside. Usually when you make contact with it, you'll find plenty of life and laughter there.
Hello again, my alien fish bud. How are you doing? Too bad you can't tell me.
Were you? I quite wondered if maybe
Were
you'd
you?
take Harold with you.
Me? To the cave?
Yes, to investigate the source of the particles.
Humans are so unpredictable and complicated.
There is almost nothing to understand.
I can talk.
Please witness the future of Fedora.
I thought you said it wasn't a vote. It's not. I just happen to agree with them. Is that Dr. Computer? You may commence stage D as discussed.
Something is afoot. Too many things that don't add up.
It all seems a bit fishy to me.
Oh my god. Just fucking slap him. Harold Halibut.
By the way, he's saying he's a human.
Hello, my fellow humans.
Sands of Aura is a great entry in the blossoming ARPG genre, and you can play it today on Steam.
We have suffered, faced the corruption, ruin, and death. But we have also experienced beauty. Kindness.
Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention.
Union. And ingenuity.
Let's not get so cozy and relax. How about
There
that?
is much left to be discovered. Maybe together we'll
Have I
find
seen
something
this?
here worth saving.
I feel like most of these games are gonna. Sands of Aura. I remember the title. Sands of
Now let's
Aura.
see some
I
more
probably
titles
have it in
from
my
Freedom Games.
list already. It was the same sure. Beat 'em up, G.I. Joe. Oh damn. Okay. I feel like I want to try to get into beat 'em ups, but I'm not good at them. Wrath of Cobra. These games aren't in the numbers, are they? These are just showcase games?
Find out more about G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra, Echoes of the Plum Grove, and Lost Isle on the PC Gaming Show Steam page. Back to you, Frankie.
There you go, that's the Steam page. You can wish list right from there.
2023 has been one of the best years on record for RPGs. With Baldur's Gate 3 ushering in a renaissance for classic roleplay,
For
could there
games
be
in
a better
general.
time for a game
But
set
okay.
in a new universe from Ed Greenwood, creator of the Forgotten Realms? For a
I-
closer look at the upcoming RPG sandbox,
I was gonna
we traveled to
post this
Montreal,
on
Canada to speak with the
social
developers
first.
of Unforetold Witchstone.
But could Larian be hired
Factions,
to make a
gods,
Baldur's Gate
they
RPG
rise
style
and
game
they fall.
set in the Marvel
The
universe?
actions of individuals set the course of history. And you,
What I really want, I'd like to play a proper sci-fi western RPG like a Dungeons and Dragons RPG. Very cool. So we take Baldur's, we can take like how would Larian make Starfield if it was like Baldur's Gate 3? That I would love that. Then I can probably be Malcolm Reynolds in that universe.
shape fate.
Unforetold Witchstone. Montreal.
I'm Malik Bukira. I'm co-founder of Spearhead Games, and on the game side, I do creative direction and design. The aspects of the tabletop experience of RPGs that we really want to bring, the freedom is a big aspect, and not just the freedom, the sense of agency.
We're getting an
Well,
RPG
freedom
showcase
alone
now.
is cool, you can do different things, but you want that world to respond. And on tabletop, you have a game master, you have other players, there's always a response to the things you do. Freedom is also about creativity, feeling clever, feeling like you did things your way.
Like a tabletop RPG, players are more free to do stuff that they want to do, right? Usually in CRPGs, you'll see player being locked into certain dialogue options. We decided that no, we want a way sort of philosophically, the player can construct their own sentences.
When it comes to dialogue, we added something that's really cool and unique, which we call the influence system, and it unlocks interacting with characters, talking to them at a really cool level. So you start by determining something you want from that character, whether it's just following you around, meet you somewhere, attack someone, give you something they have in their inventory, or join you as a companion even if you want. And then you pick an approach. How do you want to go about that? You can go sweet talk them, be charming about it, you can threaten them, you can blackmail them, you can argue with them logically if you have like a smart character. If you're a cleric, maybe you can convince them it's the right religious thing to do.
We decided on turn-based combat because, first of all, it is truer to the tabletop experience, but also like our dialogue and a lot of the choices that you make in the game, we really want
What was it?
players
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah. The game's in
have
the
time
corner.
to reflect, sort of make the best
Unforetold
decisions,
Witchstone.
even in combat.
That sounds like a random name generator kind of game, but it's definitely thematic.
You can find Unforetold Witchstone on Steam. It's still in development, but you can wishlist it already and join the conversation about the game.
I need coffee or I'm gonna be yawning throughout this whole thing. I'm sorry, this was a mistake to do this so late. I didn't have any other time to do this. What number are we on? I think that was all just a showcase. I think we're still on like 21.
Worth of stories is ours to tell in Unforetold Witchstone.
Look how much of the
launching
stream
in
we got
early
left.
access on Steam on January 25th, 2024. What a moment RPGs are having, eh? You can add every game on our wishlist to your Steam wishlist by visiting the
I got
PC
Game
Gaming
Awards
Show Steam
predictions.
Go
Maybe I
to
should bring up the
pcgamer.com
predictions thing
/wishlist
after
for a
this.
full list of every game in today's
Because I got a list.
Up next on our most wanted list, you'll want to keep your blaster hand ready. In a galaxy of scoundrels, sometimes it pays to shoot first.
Yep, number 20.
Number 20.
Star Wars The Outlaws. Yeah. Now we're getting into the big anticipated games. There we go. This is the Ubisoft one, right?
I'm Ammunition.
Ammunition!
But if you couldn't tell, I'm also a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm really excited about Star Wars Outlaws. I have very high hopes for it because the Star Wars universe obviously is very cool. They're focusing on kind of more of the original trilogy era, which is very cool. But I'm also happy that they are not doing a Jedi or Force-sensitive thing. At least that's what it appears from the trailer, but rather just like a heist video game, which should be really cool.
Yeah,
and
this basically looks like
lean into single player games because
what was
not
that one
everything needs to
game?
be multiplayer. Not everything needs to be online. I love single player stories that are crafted to be just
Kind of feels
a
like the
really good
original, like
experience from
Prey
start to
2
finish.
before that game got
So
canceled.
I'm really excited about it, and I hope the Star Wars Outlaws is a 10 out of 10.
The game looks cool. I'll give them that. I know there's some criticisms about like flying out of the planet, which is basically a load screen, like them trying to hide load screen. But isn't that the point of making a load screen seamless? You know, I think it's fine. Like you being aware that a load screen is a load screen but not like a typical load screen, doesn't make it bad. Like, you can still feel immersed. Just because you're aware of how games work. Like, other people be like picking it up and be like, oh, this is, I'm flying out in space and I'm off the planet and now I'm in space. Like, I feel like most people wouldn't think about that. But if you're a gamer and you're like, oh yeah, this is a load screen, but it's not a big deal. This game looks sick too. I'm like getting awake just watching this now. Sorry, not that the other games are boring, but
Finally, a challenge.
so what's the? So there's some shooting aspect of this, and then did I see some card game? Yeah. I don't know why we have to put cards in every game now. Space Western. You say Space Western, and I'm suddenly in. Wild Bastards. Oh, that's a great title. Which was, I need to know a little bit more because the gameplay looked a little bit weird. But it looks really cool.
Wild Bastards arrives on
Wild
Steam
Bastard.
in 2024.
Okay.
Coming up on The Most Wanted, our exclusive on-location interviews with the development studios creating
I'm awake
Battle
now.
XR2 and Homeworld
Because
3.
the Wild Bastards.
Plus, we're giving away a custom-built Intel PC.
Here we go.
Computers, don't
This
you?
is what this game show
Stay tuned for your
really
chance
is
to
about.
win.
It's just
Let's continue our countdown, shall we?
It's just
we have all heard that devils
advertising
may
thing.
cry. But do they kickflip? From Devolver Digital, a dreamlike game of diabolical skating.
Devolver Digital, you say? Here we go. Number 19. Skate Story.
Skate Story.
Remember, like 2 years ago, there's like 15 skateboarding games.
Story way back in 2020, leaving us with fevered visions.
Oh, okay. This was part of those games. It's just not out yet. I thought it looked familiar. I'm like, I think I've seen this before.
Play of skateboarding seems like the perfect thematic match. Our most wanted experts are desperate to land an unholy heel flip in the underworld.
Yeah, I remember Skate Story. There's so many skateboarding games being showcased that year that's like they all kind of blurred together.
But in this
There's also, I think, the following year, there's a lot of global warming
the
games.
golden age of piracy lives on. Coming in 2024, here's the world premiere, Republic of Pirates, Ireland.
It'll still be out before Skull and Bones, which is supposed to come out in February now. I think it's supposed to come out in January, and they pushed it again to February. What's pushing it one more month? You know, it's been delayed for so many years, ever since like Assassin's Creed 4. But you know. There's the city sim game, pirate sim game, I guess. But I can never get into these games. Like, there's no way I think I would get into this. Republic of Pirates. Civilization of Pirates. Okay. Data Jack. We're in the showcase section now again. So this is just like a future. This is like what the future looked like in 2000s, like early 2000s movies and shit.
To add some mega corporate espionage to your Steam wishlist, find DataJack 2020 on the PC Gaming Show Steam page at pcgamer.com/wishlist. The Most Wanted continues with the first strategy game selected by our panel of judges. Menace is coming to us from Hooded Horse, a specialty strategy publisher.
Hooded Horse.
And Overhyped Studios, the folks who made the gritty tactical medieval game Battle Brothers. Now they're trading low fantasy.
Don't know what Battle Grabbers
in their
is.
first 3D
Outside of my genre.
Get ready to give those aliens hell, but not too quickly, as this is a turn-based game.
A lot of turn-based games this showcase.
Number
We're at 18. Number
Menace.
18. We'll stop at 15. At 15 is my coffee break. Hopefully you're okay with that. That I took a coffee break in the middle of this showcase. Although it's super late. I should just try to power through. But we got so much of the video still. Menace. Not for me. But I got two, like, me writing down 2 games is still... It's Chia! This is nominated for the Game Awards in a I can't remember which category. Like breakout indie game or something like that. I don't even know if this game is an indie game. There's like barely any indie games in the 2 indie game categories that the Game Awards have. It's just like, it's bugging me. And I hear the arguments on both sides, but it's like, no, just come up with a different name. Coming to Steam. So wait, was it console exclusive? It's PS5, right?
The world as we know it
This
is dead.
isn't Hellboy, is it? Hellboy just came out recently.
New life blossoms. A life crying out into the void, fighting for its survival tooth and nail. A life that adapts, overcomes, and continues to rise above any and all. Life that learns to idolize and worship, sacrifice and maim, wage war and destruction. A life that burns so bright it may set the world ablaze. And you decide if it's survival.
With cards.
cards.
Iron Hive. Got the cards and everything.
Up next, one of
Everything
our favorite studios of
next
Obsidian
year
is
is going to be
Pillars of Eternity,
turn-based
first-person
card
RPG
battle
Avowed.
simulators.
One of the things that intrigues us about Avowed is that it specifically isn't setting out to put you in a sprawling sandbox, but something more concentrated, like the studio's recent
I
sci-fi
feel like
RPG, The Outer
you
Worlds.
could throw in
And here's
terms
another curveball. The gameplay reveal trailer
or like
showed
specific
flintlock
like
pistols.
genres or whatever into like a bowl, and then
see
ask an
some
AI to like grab 3 and make a game. And that's what we're seeing. This showcase is just like, we'll take one of this, one of this, one of this, and then just like mix it around, and then mix that around, and just keep recycling different games that are similar.
Super excited because of the studio making it.
Oh yeah, Avowed's
From
not
Fallout New
out
Vegas
yet.
To the Outer Worlds, they've shown us they know how to make an RPG that I'm gonna love. When I
This
was
is an
watching the
Xbox
gameplay trailer,
console
I was seeing all these
exclusive
flashy weapons and cool
that they
spells
showcased a
and these
couple years
big
ago.
Dungeons, and I was thinking to myself,
That I'm
"What the
surprised
hell does
wasn't
Rose in there with
brought
the
up during Summer
Obsidian
Game
twist on
Fest.
it, as they always do. So
They
I'm
didn't
looking
bring up
forward to
Avowed
how
during the main show or the
crafting
Xbox
and
show.
Big, beautiful storytelling, big set pieces, and a gorgeous, dangerous world to explore.
Because this game looks
And I'm gonna
promising.
sink
I'm
my
gonna write
teeth
that
into
actually.
it.
I forgot about it almost.
The Living Lands await in Avowed, coming sometime next year.
Still no release
Now,
date.
one of the cool things about PC games is that it's the platform for the eccentric and the experimental. This is the platform where unconventional games about hypnospace detectives or city builders on space wells are born. where Farming Simulator has its own esports scene. Our next game is in that same
No,
legacy
it doesn't.
of weirdness, but with plenty of interesting ideas.
No,
underneath
it doesn't.
an art house exterior. Indica is
Does
a
it?
meditation on religion and authority, following a nun's existential journey with the devil by her side. Let's see what kind of trouble the game's creators in Kazakhstan are getting into.
There's something wrong with my Instagram live stream.
Let me tell you about
Farming Simulator League. No.
Who is she, you ask?
No, Farming Simulator League.
Well, she's a nun.
Okay.
A rather
All right.
plain one, if you ask me.
Sure.
She
Farming
prays a lot.
Simulator.
Works hard.
Nun Simulator.
Really?
Gotta build your deck of cards.
Goodness. She even finds some time to chat with, what do you call it? Chot. Poor girl. Of all
Who?
the boring places, why do you want to go to heaven?
Odd meter. Mitch Studios, okay. Still get their emails, I think. No, I'm pretty sure I unsubscribed. Okay. Ask and you shall be deceived. What kind of game is it? So you're a nun. You play as a nun.
Indica arrives on PC in early 2024. Next, we've
Kind of
got a
game
new
is it?
game in a genre that continues to evolve and grow. The Extraction Shooter. Hawked is a colourful comic-style PvPvE game where players deploy to a stylish island called Exile to battle
Yeah.
wizardmen and fellow
Okay, this kind of
mercenaries
looked
for
cool.
the treasures of
This
the
was during
Now
the
playable in early
PlayStation
access on
showcase, I
Steam,
think.
Here's a fresh look at Hawked.
Is this the one I'm thinking of? No. This is something else. I think I've seen this one too, though. What was the destruction one? There's no way this survives, though. This game's not gonna survive. It's gonna be around for 3 months, and then be like, oh, people are playing other games.
Hawked is playable now in early access ahead of its full launch next year on PC and console.
Good luck.
To claim free in-game items and premium currency, visit playhawk.com/rally.
Live service games
Don't
barely
miss your
make
chance.
it these
Make
days.
sure you drop
Gotta
into
have like
Exile
one
with a
big
full
hit,
loadout for the full
which
release
is
of Hawked
rare
coming in
now.
2024.
Everybody's trying it.
Next on the most wanted countdown,
Not everything's gonna be the
Dragon's Dogma
Fortnite
devotees finally get their wish
or,
with a long-awaited sequel.
Or similar.
Number 16.
Dragon's Dogma 2. This trailer looked crazy.
If you're hoping for a masterwork in open-world monster slaying, you can't go wrong with Capcom's RPG cult hit. Capcom has shown just how good it is at creating these mixed action and fantasy RPGs with recent entries in the Monster Hunter series. And Dragon's Dogma 2 looks to continue that trend. Fresh crop of climbable chimeras and a bounty of befriendable pawns. Stretches on.
Are they playing?
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Were they playing music
With
from
Dragon's
Jurassic
Dogma
Park?
2, we're 10 games deep into the Most Wanted.
It's
and
very
things are
similar
about
to
get
Jurassic Park.
A lot colder. In 2018, Frostpunk won wide praise as a chillingly bleak city builder. In a sequel set 30 years later, new factions arise as resurgent humanity faces its new greatest threat, itself. Let's hear from the game developer in Poland, 11-Bit Studios.
I'm gonna be like, now that we're not doing Frostpunk anymore,
Frostpunk 2.
look forward to Heat Punk.
We survived the storm. But it changed us. Mere survival was no longer enough. We kept expanding.
Yeah, we're about halfway through.
More and more people. Dreaming different futures. Conflicting futures.
Maybe I'll just get water. Well, I have been drinking
Hi,
sparkling water, but I have actual water right
I'm
here.
Łukasz Juszczyk. We are both game directors responsible for Frostpunk 2, here at 11-Bit Studios.
What you've just seen is the first gameplay teaser of
Gotta keep
Frostpunk 2.
hydrated.
And as you can clearly see, a lot has changed since the first game, especially the scale of our city.
But what remains the
Oh, I'm
same
running
is
out of
harsh
water.
post-apocalyptic atmosphere that hopefully will resonate with you once again.
Stay tuned for more, because the gameplay trailer for Frostpunk 2 is just around the corner.
Oh shit! Frostpunk 2. I know this game is really well received. I've never played it. I think I own it,
Brandon
but
Sheffield, the creative director of Demon School, and I want
Demon
to tell you about
School.
our tactical battle system.
Yeah.
This is the planning phase where we'll plot our movements, which can be rewound at any time.
Oh, it's like
Characters
Transistor.
can only move in straight lines or side steps, like if you combined a king and a knight in chess.
Okay.
You attack enemies by running straight into them. You can see Faye did 1 point of damage here. Namako doesn't deal damage, but stuns and debuffs enemies, reducing their defense. Now, if our other damage dealer Destin hits this demon, he'll do 2 points of damage. But we can take this further. If Newt, our healer, heals a character with full health, they get an attack buff. Destin now does 4 points of damage to this enemy. You can also do combos by pushing or pulling an enemy into another friendly character, as Namako and Faye are doing here. Once you're happy with your choices, you start the action phase and watch it go. These are the main puzzle pieces you'll be working with, but there are 15 characters, each with their own unique abilities for you to discover. You can also study new techniques, improve your relationships, fight huge bosses, and unravel the mystery of why demons are breaking through to the human world on this mysterious island. We hope you enjoy it.
Sounds like some Castlevania shit right here. The music. It's awesome. What if I want to play it just for the music? I don't like this.
The Dark One. You want the stream. It will watch. It will follow. Do not leave. Stream. We are watching you. Stream.
Feels too real.
Stream.
This is too real. I don't like this. Leave me alone.
Stream your death.
Oh shit. Everyone, I'm quitting streaming.
Next, with the only game on the most wanted list that's available now in early access, a team of retro shooter specialists are asking an important question. What if Bloodborne played like Thief if Thief had a pump shotgun? From New Blood Interactive, here's our latest look at Gloomwood, featuring its upcoming Underport area and introducing us to the terrifying Crowman.
This is number 15.
Number 14.
Sorry, 14. We're on 14? Damn. Well. I just keep going. How much time? We got like another hour. I'm gonna pause it on New Blood. We're gonna check out New Blood. But I hope you don't mind. I know I would love to just, if this was a live show like the Game Awards, we're going to be stepping up and walking away because it's a long show and you take like bathroom breaks and stuff. So I wish I was like all prepared. I thought I would be because I've been going to bed at like really late nights and it's probably just catching up to me right now. So I'm like, I'm good. I can do a reaction stream to a showcase that I thought was going to be 1 hour, but I guess it's 2 hours. So also, it's having some technical difficulties. It's a little bit late. So, with that in mind, I hope you don't mind if I take a break and try to stay awake for the other half of the stream. So hope I try to do these all in like one sitting for the main channel. So this is gonna be an exception where, hey, I'm gonna be stepping away. So for right now, enjoy these Twitch and or YouTube clips and or ads if you're lurking in the live stream on Twitch right now. So I'll be back and I'll be awake and we will burn through the rest of this reaction stream that I've already committed to now. All right, I'm back. Oh, I'm in the wrong scene here. Let's go full screen because of the green screen. Let's check out New Blood. Sorry about the break in the middle of the stream here. Oh shit! I scrolled instead. Why did I scroll? Oh, my mouse all the way to the edge. All right, New Blood. Who this is? So this was, how did they describe this? What if something was like Thief if Thief had a something? I really didn't get what the explanation was here. Oh. Gloomwood. I thought she said Gloomwood. Delve into the Underport soon. ResidentEvil.com.
Gloomwood opens the gates to the Underport district in early 2024 with more early
I don't know what that
access
was,
updates to follow. Newegg is, of course, one of our favorite places to find upgrades, and later in the show, we'll be sharing some recommendations in our holiday wish list.
Hashtag
We've
sponsored.
also partnered with Newegg to build a... Wait, am I reading this teleprompter right? We bought an egg-shaped computer.
Yeah.
One new egg.
One new egg. An egg-shaped computer.
Guess this is the egg.
Remember when eggs were like... That was like the new futuristic style. People were like making like egg-shaped chairs. Egg-shaped like... Just like everything. I want to see what the
Head to pcgamer.com/egg to watch the full video. The
okay.
next game on the most wanted
Kind of
list
want to know what
will
the
require
egg-shaped
we
computer
knew
looks
a
like, but
single
not
thing
really. Not
about
enough
it.
to
I
scan
mean,
a QR
it's
code.
a decade after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5, and GTA Online is still clearing $500 million
Good point.
every year.
Good point.
How the hell do you follow that? And how
GTA
scared
6.
should we be of the answer?
In 1
Let's
week,
hear
I'm
from
calling
our
it, man.
how
Game
GTA 6
Awards,
and the
GTA 6. I was like, no, you're crazy. They never do the Game Awards. Well, they're doing it this year. I'm the only one calling it GTA 6 at the Game Awards.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is S.
What up, S-Fan?
And I just wanted to share with you guys how incredibly excited I am for Grand Theft Auto 6.
My personal pick for the PC gaming show
Hello, Harry.
Wanted has to be Grand Theft Auto 6 because at this point it has been about 10 years.
10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5.
Storylines are always absolutely fantastic.
It's one of the greatest video game franchises of all time.
I'm excited to dive into a new immersive world, new cities, new surroundings.
Just the amount of things that you can do in this open world sandbox, and whether you just want to screw around.
Rockstar recently acquired CFX, which is the company that own 5M, and that is where NoPixel is hosted, and NoPixel is one of my favorite GTA roleplay servers.
I hope you guys are excited as I
that's
am.
right,
I
that's
think
right.
Rockstar has a lot of hype around it right now.
And very excited to see what it holds.
I hope you guys enjoy it when the game comes out.
Forgot about that. Didn't know it's called 5M. I guess I forgot about that. Steam World. Ooh. There's a new type of Steam World game? I've only played a little bit of the first game, which was fun while I was playing on my DS. But then I just stopped for some reason. I can't remember. I think I got stuck somewhere, and I'm like, when I put it down, I was playing a different game. But like, this game is fun. And then they announced Steam World Deck 2. I'm like, cool, I'll play that when I finish the first game. Never did. Just pick it back up. I got like, the problem is I got every DS and 3DS game now because it's like, well, if it's no longer available, that means I can't get it anymore. And if I can't get it anymore, that means I'm gonna get it. You know? If you know what I mean. And so I got like every DS and 3DS game to play that I never got a chance to go through. But also, I have a huge DS and 3DS library even before all that, and I just couldn't keep up with my games. I feel like I was like late on the DS, like late to join the DS craze, and by the time it was over, I'm like, oh, it's felt like I've had it for a long time at that point, and I was using it a lot. But it still felt like, oh man, it's too soon. There's still so much I want to play. Still so much on my wish list. And it was gone. And I'm like, you know what? It did have a good run, even though I didn't get my fill of it. And I'm still using it now. But it's but now I'm like, you know what? I'll just try to make the best of the situation and just like actually go through the library because there's means available to me in 2023. Not like there was when stuff gets obsolete and canceled way back, you know?
Our next game rounds out a killer combo of high-profile fighting games that have hit PC in the last year. Ready? Fight.
There are a lot of fighting games this year.
Number 12.
Like how instead of showing GTA 6 because we don't know, except aside from the leak stuff, what it looks like, they just showed Harry and then
more
moved
than
on.
6 years since Tekken last entered the ring on PC, and we're more than ready for a rematch. With revised fighting mechanics going all in on aggression and 32 characters to try before you settle on the guy with
I wish I was
Tekken 8
into
weighs
fighting
right
games.
in the
I mean,
middle
I
of
don't
the most wanted list.
like I don't hate fighting games or anything like that. I think fighting games are fun. But they're not like my go-to game.
We're talking, of course,
And I'm
about
really bad
Hollow
at them.
Knight Silksong.
It's like the only thing I play is Smash Bros.
Hi, Sean. How did you do that?
Well, you know, it's PC gaming show tradition to have us like orbiting in a space frigate or in an underground facility, so I just started calling around.
You video called a World War II bunker?
I did. My powers are great, and so is my excitement for Hollow Knight Silksong.
That's the game. That's the game I'm thinking of. I'm like, it's never been released.
Night Silk Song.
There you go.
Allow me to share 3 reasons why I'm excited for Hollow Knight Silksong. First, the graphics. I adore the original Hollow Knight art style, and they're giving me more, but elevating it with more detail and layering. 2, combat in motion. The original Hollow Knight somehow was able to blend super fast, snappy movement with slow, chunky.
I will play this game
combat.
or the
If you
first
look at
game
the Silksong
eventually.
trailer,
but
you're seeing all sorts of
haven't
new
played
moves that allow you to dance around your enemies and jump around the environment. It makes me really excited for the second-to-second experience. But the third and the biggest reason is exploration. Team Cherry are masters of this. There would be a ledge in the original Hollow Knight that when I finally was able to get there would be hours of content behind there, or new bosses, or new enemies, or entirely new zones. And it's that exact combination of a beautiful game that's fun and second-to-second gameplay that rewards my exploration. Oh, I literally can't wait for Silksong.
Thanks for your Silksong expertise, Sean. What began as a spin-off expansion to Team Cherry's beloved Metroidvania is now one of our most sought-after sequels, assuming it leaves hiding someday. Before we move forward with more previews, we want your input, and we're offering a PC-sized reward. Follow the QR code on screen and complete our
Damn.
PC Gaming Show viewer survey, and you could win a custom-built AC Mirage gaming PC powered by an Intel Core i9-14900K CPU. And now, a world.
Do you have to do this when it was live? I didn't catch that because I want that PC. It's the nice looking PC. As an Assassin's Creed fan who's currently playing Assassin's Creed Origins right now, that PC looks nice.
There are a lot of rumors about the lake. Do you personally believe that there's something sinister hiding in there? No, of course not.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Ghost stories, but in the end, they're just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories. Just stories.
Why go fishing at night around Our Lady of the Drowned Lake? Mad Finger Games. Okay, we're actually gonna. I don't think we've gotten a first-person shooter yet. Not that I recall. This is a showcase thing, though. This isn't an anticipated game. Oh, you gotta manage your hunger in this shooter. Gray Zone Wharf. I'm telling you, man, this feels like an AI game. They pick up the title and then they throw in the images that made it.
We're nearing the heavy hitters, selected by our panel of industry experts as their top 10 most wanted games. But first, a fresh look at the gun fu gameplay of Spine.
Redline, as your combat AI, I have to warn you that pressing the wrong floor may lead to unexpected consequences. Who the fuck are you?
Okay, what's the gameplay actually like, though? Oh. Okay. Ooh. Is it third person? I guess it has to be if you're going to be showcasing like fight animations like this. Spine? I'm intrigued. Very, it looks...
Bringing cinematic action choreography, Spine is coming soon to PC. We're just minutes away from starting our
That
top 10
looks
countdown.
cool
And make
shit.
sure you stick around all the way to the #1 game on our list to see some exclusive gameplay footage. But before that, here's a message from our friends at PC Game Pass.
Oh shit! Where are we getting the PC? I think I saw an announcement this morning or yesterday. Oh, I gotta jump back into Exo Primal because that game was like very cheesy fun. It's a lot of games to look forward to. Hellblade? I feel like I gotta play Hellblade day one release. I don't know when the release date is.
For its first post-Destiny release, Bungie is taking a walk back through time for our first entry in the most
Oh
recent
yeah.
content. Wielding 30
I'm
years
on
of
the
shooting
fuck
design, the studio is
Bungie
busy
bandwagon
crafting
right
a
now,
new
so
extraction shooter from the series that paved the way for Halo.
but probably
So
not gonna
far, we
be
haven't
playing.
seen much of Marathon, but its mix of rampant AIs, mysterious alien precursors, unknowable space entities, and high saturation clone firefights are more than enough to earn slot number 10. Here's a special message from the studio.
Number 10, Marathon.
Hello, I'm Christopher Barrett, franchise game director on Marathon. We're incredibly humbled by the reception Marathon has received since its announcement earlier this year. Being voted one of the most anticipated games on PC is an honor which absolutely motivates everyone on the project. The whole team's hard at work right now, building Bungie's take on the extraction shooter genre. And the next time you hear from us, we'll have a lot more to show, including gameplay. Thank you.
I genuinely cannot wait for that one. Right, let's keep things moving with a couple more trailers.
My creation has gone rogue. And I shall rebuild it. I might die.
All right. Yeah, fucking breakdowns in this trailer.
The master architect.
But it's like a puzzle game mixed with the Metroidvania. Oh, are you like making a path? Cryptical path, yeah. Okay, that game looks super interesting.
Explore a world filled with wonder, mystery, and some of these things. And then slap them. Just slap it all. Except these. Best to make a home for yourself, but not just yourself. After all, if you're gonna make it on this planet, you'll need all the help you can get.
Crashlands 2 drops onto Steam in 2024. At number 9 on the most wanted is the product of a simple design philosophy. If you look hard enough, you can always find somewhere to put another skill tree, even if you end up making a second game in the process.
Skill trees.
Warm up that left mouse button because we're about to show you some Path of Exile 2. We traveled all the way to New Zealand to speak with the team, climbing the highest mountains to visit their studio in Auckland.
Number 9, Path of Exile 2.
It seems the old ways still hold some power.
So it is Diablo style. Okay. I've never played Path of Exile, so. Well, the game looks so realistic now.
Path of Exile 2 is basically our next generation action RPG. And one of the things we really wanted to make sure that we were doing with it is to make the action combat really, really excellent. We just want to make sure that anyone playing the game, you can play it like an action game, feels fun to play. We've added things like dodge rolls and like hack canceling, things like this. And it just means that the game just feels a lot better than it previously did, as well as everything else that you'd expect from a sequel to Path of Exile.
One thing in particular that sets Path of Exile apart is obviously the depth, but in the itemization systems, crafting systems, but also the sheer number of quantity of monsters, encounters. Like, we have over a decade of content that is going to be available in Path of Exile 2 as well.
For Path of Exile 2, we really want to keep the mechanics from Path of Exile 1 that are great, but we can now have the opportunity to rebuild them or restructure them in a way that is easier to understand and much more accessible for someone coming at it for the first time, and keep that depth there, either hidden away or much more natural to understand.
I think there's a big difference between depth and complexity. Path of Exile 2 in some ways is less complicated than Path of Exile 1 because we've simplified the sort of
I think
technical
I'm gonna skip
complexity
this
around
one
doing
here.
things like the way you socket skills and things like that to make it easier to understand.
No.
But at the same time, we're
Like
making sure
good
what can I do with
Diablo-like
items that
game,
players
but
that took
I'm gonna skip this.
Elements, they were fun.
This looks like a long showcase, too. There's a big chunk of our times right here in Path of Exile. Makes sense for the PC gaming show, but
Shopping to the absolute last second and then speedrun the entire thing in a
That's
single
me this
afternoon.
year.
Guess check out some regret. But what to buy the PC gamer in your life? Well, our good friends at Intel have a few ideas. Here's 5 of their favorite gaming deals this holiday season, all on offer now at Newegg. The Acer Predator Helios gaming laptop. Inside is an i7-13700HX CPU, an RTX 4070, 16GB of DDR5 memory, and 1TB of storage. We've been big fans of Acer's Helios machines for ages, and the new 16-inch Predator has fast become one of our favorite gaming laptops. It's the perfect combination of processor, graphics card, big 240Hz screen, and price. The 24-thread Intel CPU is mighty strong too, and the RTX 4070 graphics card also supports the magic of frame generation for a buttery smooth experience. This is the Gigabyte Aorus 15 gaming laptop, running on an i7-13700H CPU. RTX 4070 graphics, 16GB of DDR5 RAM, a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, and a 15.6-inch 165Hz QHD display. If your needs are a little lighter, this only slightly smaller 15-inch Aorus is a great option. You still get a 20-thread Intel
audio
CPU
delay?
with the same RTX 4070 GPU inside it
audio
and a high
delay.
refresh rate QHD screen.
Like, sped up her
it
voice.
still packs a serious punch, and if you want serious frame rates from the latest games, either of these laptops has you covered. We've also got the MSI Katana 17.
they didn't sync up her
An i7-13620H processor.
Hey, why are we looking at ads?
The new 4060.
I thought we were going on to the next game here. Let's skip the ads.
An i7-12700K.
Oh my god, it's still the fucking ads. Alright. This is all the show is for, by the way. So, oh, is this the game that is canceled on Switch? This is made in it was made in Uplay. Or not Uplay. What was the controversy this year? So not Unreal, the other engine that everybody got fucking. Why am I blanking, man? Unity. This looks sick though. Like Death. Oh, this is Death Grip. Death Grip. Okay. Demo available now.
Now that's what I legally can't call pod racing. The whole reason we're here today is because
Yeah,
yes,
it's
there are an
it looks like
incredible
Star Wars
amount of video
Episode 1.
games, and we want to help you decide which ones are the most deserving of attention. But if you're watching and wondering, hey, why isn't the Elder Scrolls 6 one of the most wanted games? Well, let me explain. Our voting process for the most wanted list prioritizes
Okay.
games that are imminent and that we know lots of information about. The more
But
confident
Avowed's
we are in
on
a game's
there.
release date, the more rewarded it is by our voting system.
Okay, all right.
But still, there's a long list of high-profile games. that
GTA
have been
6
top
is
voted
on.
years and years. While theoretically enormous, they're frustratingly absent from the public eye. So, just to give them at least a moment of acknowledgement, I'm going to see how many of these I can rattle through. Ready?
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls 6, Bioshock 4, which was announced
Yep.
4 years ago, the eventual Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, The Witcher remake,
Nice.
Project 007
Yeah.
from the team that made Hitman that's probably going to be incredible, Dragon
Yeah,
Age,
yeah.
Dreadwolf,
That's a
come on
big one.
BioWare, let's see it, Death Stranding 2,
Yep.
Star Wars Eclipse, yes,
Mhm.
the Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake. Oh, and
Okay,
and the
sure.
like RPG from New Blood Interactive, Arma 4, that League of Legends fighting game that looks really good, a Wonder
Yeah.
Woman game,
Yeah.
a Indiana Jones game from the folks that made Wolfenstein, Good and Evil 2, which has been in development for something like
Nope,
15
never coming
years,
out.
the reboot of the Skate
Nope.
and Crisis
Oh yeah,
4.
yeah. I guess that one is.
Crisis
Yeah.
4.
Crisis
Oh,
4.
While I catch my breath,
What
let's
is
see a
Crytek
couple of
doing
games
these
that
days?
Actually have gameplay footage.
Yeah, there's some games I forgot about on that list. Some of those games are never coming out. Sorry to break it to
Our
you.
world is in chaos.
Might as well have put
The gods and their armies of the dead
Half-Life 3
rule
on
over
there.
Everything we call home. I'll be damned if I let that happen. My name is Noor Vanek. Survivor. Soldier. God killer.
Humanity. Oh, sick. Have I seen this or no? To know God. Oh, here we go. Flintlock. The Siege of Dawn. That game looked cool. Flintlock. I'm sure I've seen that before. I don't remember though.
Time for a word from our good friends at Mad Mushroom.
Mad Mushroom is a publishing company that is going to be a little different from other publishing companies.
Mad Mushroom gives us the opportunity to enter the games industry while at the same time elevating and amplifying
This guy
the
has Seth.
message
This
of
guy has
hundreds of
Seth
indie
Rogen's voice.
You are literally working hand in hand with influencers to figure out how to make your game as enjoyable as possible, not just to play, but also from a content viewing perspective.
If you're a developer and
Okay.
you're interested in us publishing,
So this
your
is a
game,
publisher
go to
that is
madmushroom.gg,
specifically
check it
thinking
out. We're
about
very
streamers in
passionate
mind.
and We're very excited about what we're doing here.
In a city that never sleeps, innovators
Hey,
like
Trisha.
Kieran Short and the All Street New York City Collective remind us that with the right tools, like the Alienware laptop, the boundaries of art and technology can be pushed
This is an
beyond our
ad.
imagination.
I don't wanna-
That's where Alienware's top of the line.
I don't want to
computers
fast forward through Trisha.
Introducing our real life XP boost, the Alienware Power Boost benefit. Scan our QR code or visit the site below to see how Alienware is undeniably stepping up the game.
Islands of
In
Insight.
Islands of Insight, you awaken on a floating island as a seeker. Your goal is to explore
I think I'm keeping
a
this stream.
serene
There's a lot of cool
fantasy
shit in
realm
this
of
stream.
ancient wonders and natural
Which is
beauty.
expected in a PC gaming show, but
Solve
again, it's long.
mysterious puzzles and unveil the secrets of the islands. We designed the world to be brimming with thousands of handcrafted puzzles, each of them carefully
Ooh.
placed throughout the landscape. You might start off solving logic puzzles.
By the way,
and then decide to
I've
search
been
for
interested
hidden
in playing more
or
puzzle
go find
games
some
on stream.
perspective
I know it
on
might not be
new
the
puzzles
most
to
like
take on. Designed by some
exciting
of the best minds in
thing to
puzzle
make
design,
content around,
our puzzles
but
vary in
I like a
difficulty
good
and are
puzzle.
thoughtfully crafted to
And I
be
feel like I'm getting more into
relaxing, challenging,
the puzzle
and
genre.
satisfying to solve for newcomers and seasoned puzzle
I, by the way, played through all of The Room 2.
in Islands of Insight.
2-part stream is
choose where
on
to
this
go,
channel if you're watching the
which
main
puzzles
channel.
to solve,
You can watch me
and in
play
what
through The
order,
Room 2.
all at your own pace. You can solve puzzle quests to unlock new areas in the campaign, or explore the main island, an expansive open world where most of the puzzles and secrets are found. Wander around the sublime landscapes on foot, or glide above them.
Cool.
Our shared world allows for seamless interactions and collaboration between players. You can
What?
interact with others for a bit of guidance.
I thought this was gonna be a single
or
player
you can
game.
play entirely on your own. This is your adventure. In today's fast-paced world, we hope Islands of Insight delivers a sublime escape for players looking to unwind. If you want to discover more, play our demo today on our Steam page.
Islands of Insight. You know what, I'm intrigued enough where I'm gonna.
In
write it down.
1999, Homeworld brought RTS space combat fully into 3 dimensions.
You
Now, 20
add a
years
good
after
puzzle
Homeworld 2, it's a very
in a
different
game,
world
and
for
I'm
real-time
interested.
strategy, and an excellent time for a comeback. From Blackbird Interactive, this is Homeworld 3.
Didn't Homeworld? Oh man.
Number
Homeworld 3.
8.
Okay.
Homeworld 3.
First batch of bombers rolling off the line.
Gearbox.
Looking good.
Gearbox is like, what's gonna happen with Gearbox? Cause I'm worried about everything that Embracer Group has.
Homeworld 3 is a 3D strategy game set in space. It's incredibly cinematic.
Maybe they. I'm just saying. Maybe Embracer Group shouldn't have relied on the Saudi government for all their successes.
that you would want to play in or around.
Maybe
In
that was a
essence,
poor
Homeworld
decision.
3 was really our original dream of Homeworld 2. The problem was, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the vision for Homeworld 3 was utterly impossible to make.
Massive coronal sun ejections, massive battles in asteroid fields.
Massive environments with these giant megaliths, like gigantic Death Star-sized things that would create an interesting landscape for the player to move their units through. We had to wait 20 years before we could do that. So anyone who's interested in strategy or strategy-like games, we want to immerse basically anyone who loves science fiction.
For us, Homeworld 3 is a love letter to the fans of the franchise that have been with us over the last 20, 22 years. And with Homeworld 3, we want to just continue that amazing feeling that you got from playing Homeworld 1 back in the day and give that to you again. You can play Homeworld 3 at the pace that you want to play. Tactical pause are going to allow you to actually just pause the game 100%. We have a classic controls, which you'll know and love from Homeworld 2, and then we have our modern control scheme. And that one is built around FPS controls that you know and love from the games that you've played before. So MOBA players, RTS players from other games will be able to quickly understand, okay, if I want to go somewhere, I just click on this element here. Cinematic combat is such a huge pillar to the franchise. We want you to be able to get in there, find the coolest camera angle, and enjoy the spectacle. For anybody who's never played a Homeworld game, they'll be able to get right into the action.
We wanted choke points. We wanted interesting strategic
Cover-based
decision-making for the
tactics
player.
in a
When
space
engaging in combat, terrain will actually matter. We have tunnels where you can actually take your fighters and frigates through those things, and that will actually remove you from the enemy sensors. You can ambush them. You can actually use a larger ship to take fire for another ship.
So in Homeworld 3, we focused a lot on what wasn't already available for us within Unreal. We wanted to figure out the more distinct views that the game would have that separate Homeworld from any other game, which is mostly the skybox and the lighting to give that feel of being in space. When you go into a nebula, the ship understands how much coverage it has from that, which will affect the concept of fog of war in the game. We knew that we wanted persistent damage on the ships, and so then we focused on what that system would be like.
You'll see the history of your battles as you go through the whole campaign. Please wishlist and pre-order the game. We're super excited to have you.
All right, not for me. But...
A myth, a tale of a long-forgotten saint. For there was once an empty potential about to be birthed into existence. But the potential was greeted by short-sightedness.
This seems familiar.
Neither honestly covetous nor completely barren. It swallowed up everything that was given.
I think I've seen this. Yeah, this looks super familiar. Very trippy.
The saint, reincarnate as fit and proper, but never aware. Dictated from beyond by blessed ignorance and idle hands. Uji's solidarity, like a utopian humble. Blessed be she. Life is not given, but received. And her worth lies therein. Blessed is she. Blessed is she. Blessed
Okay.
is she.
Ultros. I'm interested because it looks like a Metroidvania. But it looks weird.
Perhaps you've heard of an obscure little indie game called Stardew Valley?
Yep.
Or maybe the hundreds of cozy life sims it inspired.
Mhm.
Whilst its imitators are
Oh,
busy
yeah.
trying to rebottle the farm life lightning, Stardew's solo dev is leaving the barnyard behind. From two editors at PC Gamer, Lauren Morton and Molly Taylor, let's hear more about this highly anticipated follow-up.
So a spiritual successor to Starfield? Or to Stardew Valley?
Haunted Chocolatier.
Haunted Chocolatier. Oh, I said Starfield.
Molly, you and I end up talking about cozy games on the PC Gamer Chatlog podcast quite a bit, which is why it's so exciting that its creator, Eric Baroni, is currently working on his next game, Haunted Chocolatier, where instead of us being on a farm, we're like running a chocolate shop instead, which sounds super exciting. We haven't seen a whole lot about Haunted
Go on.
Chocolatier yet. We've seen a brief trailer and we've seen some screenshots. We've seen like boss battles potentially. We've seen a bit of the new cozy town. We've seen some expanded combat over the Stardew Valley formulas. So we're definitely anticipating hearing more about it as it continues development. So I'm really excited to see how Baroni is going to take that formula and evolve on it. And I have a pretty good feeling that Haunted Chocolatier is going to be setting the standards for cozy games for years to come.
Haunted Chocolatier.
Assistance required on the corner of 5th and 24th Street. A gas station has exploded and we require immediate medical attention.
Received loud and clear. We're on our way. ETA approximately 5 minutes.
Jeez. Oh my god. Oh. Too much, man. Too much now.
Crusade is about to overwhelm us. The Crusade is on the rise. I have to warn everybody.
This looks like a game that's going to use
them from
cards.
reaching the enclave at
Is
all
it going to use cards? This should be like a bet now. This game includes cards. Just see what happens. Take a shot if a game includes cards.
Fighting by your side.
Likewise, my friend. But we'll make it out of here. That's a promise.
It uses fucking cards. I called it. I called it.
Come by choice.
I just know now. Looking at the games, like this game's gonna have cards.
that devoured my home. Please, Guiding Star, send me a sign.
Queen Lorelei of Erengard, they call me Myrna. The bird will guide you to my side when the time comes.
The crusade brings you a better future. Soon, there shall only be silence.
I'm down,
the
dude.
void will devour everything unless we stop the crusade.
Firstborn, Starborn, even constructs. Deep down, we are all as one.
A vibrant blend
That's-
of 4X
that's
management
interesting.
and card-based RTS battles, Songs of Silence releases in spring 2024. Next up on the Most Wanted Highway, a game that knows nothing beats a road trip. Just you, your car, the open
What number
road,
are we
and
at?
the interdimensional horrors bubbling forth from reality's cosmic wounds.
We're number 6. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Number 6.
Pacific Drive. Oh, I think I remember this.
Pacific Peninsula, the crown jewel of the Pacific Northwest. Its unmatched views and quiet solitude offer everything you need in the most beautiful place on Earth.
There is no cause for alarm. Take shelter in the closest pocket of stability in your area, and please refrain from thoughts or memories of home.
The chain of events were in plain sight. Strange accidents leading to the government's claim of eminent domain and subsequent seizure of the peninsula. The evacuation of 100,000 people and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire.
It was hours before Arda came to extract us.
9. Some zone secrets are best left secret. 8. 7.
I don't even look up at the sky anymore.
6.
Was she a myth, martyr, or monster?
5.
Nothing had more potential than limb technology.
4.
And look what it did to the Olympic Peninsula.
3. 2. 1.
I have the distinct honor to introduce to you the American people. A new scientific frontier with a raw power, the potential is limitless.
This is a weird trailer. It's a cool trailer. Yeah, you gotta try to like maintain your car throughout the road trip. Not the road trip, but like whatever this like survival road trip game is. Yeah, I remember the last trailer. Looked interesting. It's a cool, well done trailer though. Really cool trailer. What? We went from that to this? Okay. Bold start to this trailer. Yeah, it's me in Assassin's Creed right now. Also, this is me in Assassin's Creed just running away. The giant crab.
I just love that we're seeing smaller studios take a swing at Souls-like gameplay. Mortal Crux is coming soon to early access. Coming up,
The big
we're
thing right now,
nearly
right?
at the top of our list. It's time for a second helping of Helldivers as the most wanted countdown continues.
Helldivers.
Number 5. Helldivers
Do I know this
2.
one? Oh, is this the one where they're like
Thing we value, it's interstellar combat with giant acid belching.
they're
insects.
simulating
That's the point
like a
soldiers of Super Earth
fake
call it.
online gameplay thing for their trailer?
Now shooting in third person, the Helldivers redeploy for co-op, and our panel of experts can't wait to enlist.
Okay. Helldivers 2, PS5 and PC. Okay. I have a PS5 now, but this is a multiplayer game. I know PlayStation is heavily focused on multiplayer
Helldivers
stuff
2
now,
arrives
but
on PC for some co-op Starship trooping on February 8th,
so if I'm playing that, it's gonna be on PC anyway.
Now, we turn to the unholy rebirth of a 2009
But I'm not gonna play it. I'm just gonna be
strategy
honest, I'm
cult
not gonna play it.
classic. When Hell's Throne sits empty, its greatest devils march to war in this stylishly sinister game of ungodly grand strategy. Here's the latest trailer for Solium Infernum.
Solium Infernum. Interesting title.
Set in the bureaucratic nightmare of hell, Solium Infernum is a political strategy game like no other.
That's a good.
The Prince of Darkness has vanished, and to ascend to the Dark Throne as ruler of hell, you must prove
Okay.
to the infernal conclave that you are the most powerful archfiend of all. Equip powerful relics and
Yeah, I
cast
love that
rituals
line. That
can
was
turn
great.
the tide of
Great
battle.
opening.
Command legions, summon colossal titans, bribe minions, and attempt to outbid your fellow archfiends in the bazaar, Hell's blind auction house. You'd best learn the rules of hell fast.
Apologize to all the, you know,
For it is malice
Christians
and
and,
malevolence that win favor in
Catholics
hell.
and everything. that might
Insult
be
and extort
watching
your
my
enemies,
content.
goading them into open warfare.
But
Or worse,
um,
humiliation.
just want to
Scheme in
say
your sleep with
that
asynchronous multiplayer. Investing just a moment
there's
each
not a lot
day
of
in
places
games that can
cooler
last
to
for
set a game
weeks.
than Hell.
There are no loyalties here in the Abyss.
You know?
Betrayal is the name of the game. Solium Infernum isn't called a friendship destruction simulator for nothing. Better to rule in hell than serve in heaven.
I would love a game that's like Hell versus angels.
History
like
is
a
defined
war.
by moments when its
Demons versus
greatest himbos
angels.
collide. In January, the world will stand witness as Yakuza's very best boys unite for an ocean-spanning RPG adventure, and probably like some mahjong. Like a Dragon earned
Eh?
high marks from our voting crew. Let's see what's
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That this would be up here on the list. Like a dragon.
Number 4.
Game
Like a
looks
dragon,
crazy.
Infinite wealth.
I mean all of the games do. What's the beach one that's coming out? Or might already be
Lately,
out?
our old friend, the Seiryu clan's been acting mighty suspicious.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Kasuga-san.
Mhm.
I'm sending you to Hawaii.
I'm sure I'll play
There's
through some of
someone
these
there who
games at
wants
some
to meet
point.
you. It's your mother, Akane-san.
What the hell's going on?
Oh, this is the game. Yeah. Infinite Wealth, yeah.
Freeze. Kiryu-san? High time you met the head of the Barracudas. Name's Dwight.
I did not know he was in this game. Or maybe I did and I forgot,
They're
but
after her too, you know.
You seen this?
This is someone else. Yanja.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii? The head of Kazuma Kiryu. What better trophy than the head of a dragon? I really, really need your help, like, right now. I'd take a bullet for a butt any day. Take cover!
You can always turn a new leaf, but you can't turn back the clock. All you get is the precious time you're given. You ready for this, Kasuga?
Let's do this.
crazy looking game.
You haven't missed your chance at our gaming PC giveaway. Follow the QR code on screen now and complete our viewership survey. Once you're done, you'll be in the running to win a custom AC Mirage PC created by the talented guys at
Doing
Blue
it.
Horse Studios and boasting a Core i9 14900K CPU.
It's probably
with the
too
show's
late, but-
presenting sponsor Intel. Hell yeah! Free computers.
Am I eligible
We're
to win in
just
Canada?
a few games away from the #1 game in our countdown. and from showing you some exclusive
Well, it's available to
gameplay
those
footage
18
of
plus
some
from
of
the
your own
UK
play.
or USA.
But
However, it
first,
is possible to
here's
submit your
another game
feedback
from our
without
wishlist,
entering the
Crown
prize
Wars:
draw.
The Black Prince.
If I can't win the Assassin's Creed PC, then no, what's the point? Nacon. Those Nacon showcases, I never do. But if I should, let me know in the comments.
To our ascension. We were here well before your kings, before your religions.
I guess this is a tease of that.
After your empires. We are domination. We are power beyond imagination.
Is this set in hell too?
Death, multitude. We are the
Okay,
terror that
again, dude, relax.
we are the chaos in all things and the order within chaos.
You may be many things,
Crown
but
Wars, the Black
we have
Prince.
hope.
How awake I am now.
Manage your forces for medieval tactics in Crown Wars: The Black Prince, coming March 2024. Sometimes PC gaming gives us games that empower us to make games. Our next studio visit is with the group behind Everywhere, an ambitious creation platform currently in development. Let's hear a little more about the big vision behind Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hey, my name's Adam Whiting, Assistant Game Director here at Build Rocket Boy, and I'm working on Everywhere.
What is Everywhere?
So it's a world of creativity, exploration, and discovery underpinned by really high quality systems that hopefully inspire the next generation of games creators and world builders.
Hi, my
Is it
name
like
Russell
Dreams?
Benzies. I am the game director of Everywhere and Mind's Eye, founder of Build a Rocket Boy. Everywhere is a place where players can tell their stories, where they can build their own world. There's shooting elements, there's driving elements, there's puzzles. Players can build UGC, take part in many different experiences.
Cool.
And also play a
Sounds
AAA
like
game
Dreams.
called Mind's Eye. Tools, which we call Arcadia, they're a part of Everywhere, so you don't have to jump to a separate executable to trigger them. We built the platform with UGC in mind, so it's inherent to the games.
Arcadia, I think, is a really wonderful suite of creation tools that we're using internally to build content within the platform. I think that's really important. If you're using one set of tools
That Pokemon
and then
game
giving
in
a
my
lesser
chat,
subset of that to players,
and I've
they immediately
been
realise
catching
the
that too.
limitations of the toolset they've been given. Whereas we want everything that players play within Everywhere to serve as inspiration because they have the same tools that we use to build that experience.
So you could look at Utopia as the hub where you socialise. It's where you come into the games, meet up with your friends before you decide to go play the entertainment that you and your posse will like to.
It's a place that you arrive in within Everywhere, and then you can use it as like a launchpad, jump into any other type of experience. Go and explore the open world of the biomes surrounding Utopia City. You can jump into the district buildings that curate specific types of content, or you can jump into anything you want to through our portals or through invites from other players. But essentially, that's the kind of foundation that you use to kind of experience all these other interesting kind of facets and gameplay experiences.
The progression system of the game, the actual gameplay of Everywhere sits within the biomes, and then you've got these abstracted other areas which we call arcs, and they're pieces of UGC content that we build and our players will build, and they're held separately from the main world.
They're connected by virtue of the fact they're all part of this one ever-evolving, ever-changing world called Everywhere, and they're all connected, so using the same character and the same data to kind of traverse these different experiences, but they're not causally related or narratively related. You know, we intentionally take a very light touch with the narrative within the game because we want this to be a world where players have agency and they have freedom to infer their own stories and their own world building within this space, and we don't really know what they're going to do with it, and we really want to earnestly kind of move forward with them and help them build this world with us. If you were kind of able to take part in like a shared reality with other players of all different types who had all different types of backgrounds and experiences and wants and needs, but they're all being
This is
fulfilled by
cool.
the creative potential of one particular platform.
I don't know
I think that'd be a really
how well
exciting
it
place to be.
I don't know how well it'll do though, because
The purpose of our
previous
alpha
attempts
test, it's more of an
at
infrastructure
this
test.
ambitious
People
of
moving into this world are
a
gonna be able to
platform, you're
check out
building a
systems,
platform
allow
pretty
us to
much,
do a lot of kind of testing on the back end, that
have
kind of stuff, but
ultimately
also you're gonna be
failed.
kind of the intrepid
So
explorers
I
of
don't
this
know.
brand new
It's
horizon.
really
Because
cool,
you've
and I would
experienced
love to
tools
see
be able
something
to
like
build
this
some really cool
succeed and
content with
like
them. We're keen for everybody to
really
get involved.
be the
You know, like I
building
said,
blocks
this
to
is a game
something
you can build from the
huge
very
and
beginning with
amazing
like
that
you
so
sat at home
many
watching this video right now in mind.
game
So I
creators,
implore you, please come
you
to
know, like
Hardware.game, sign
build
up
off
for
of
the
this.
alpha.
And we're very
But
excited to hear player feedback.
you know, traditionally, it's not
Time
something that
new world.
is successful.
Let's build it together.
Not for the alpha. Really cool though. Not your. I don't know how you would rate something like that.
We're closing in on number 1, but first, the follow-up to a roguelike with fittingly mythical acclaim.
We're on number 2. Oh no, wait, we're on number 3. Still got a little bit of
Number 3.
Hades 2. Yep. Okay. That's Forgot about that. That makes sense. I still need to play
After
Hades.
3 years,
I still need to
and
play
who knows how
Pyre.
many deaths, we still
I'm like,
can't
I gotta
do
play
enough
Pyre
of
first
these.
bought Hades, and
apparently
I
New
bought.
Planet's developers
I
and
bought the
Supergiant's
beta
first
on
sequel,
Epic Game
Hades
Store.
is imprisoned, and the titan
Like
of
as
time
soon
is
as they
the
released
evil
it,
witchcraft-wielding
I'm like, yeah, I'll
princess
buy
of
it because I'm gonna play
Underworld
Pyre and then I'll
striking
play
out
that.
against the
And I never
forces of
did it.
Kronos.
And people
I'm
love
excited
Hades.
to
I'm like,
imagine
damn,
how
I missed the
Hades
boat.
2 could build on the slowly unfolding
I'll eventually play
storytelling and
Hades though.
elegant
I
design
own
of
it
the
on.
first game.
I think I might just own it on Epic, but I feel like I own it on another platform too. But Supergiant make great games. PC Game Pass. I need to play more PC games on Game Pass. It's mostly I just have like the go-to stuff I play on Game Pass. Like probably the amount of time I spend on those games and like nothing else. I probably could just bought those games rather than pay for Game Pass. But it's nice when like there's a new thing out and it's like, oh, I want to try it out, and then it's on Game Pass. So it's just ready to play. Oh, I think I remember this. Is this like No, maybe I don't. I was thinking this is like a Mario 64 type game, but I might be wrong. Taboo Artists. It's got that Mario Kart like music. Emperor Eddie. Is this the Mario 64 game? Oh yeah, it is. It's like a classic 3D platformer. Which, you know, I'm always up for. I got a big collection. Penny's Big Breakaway. I got a big collection of those games that I just haven't dived into.
You know, we don't think of the PC as the birthplace of platformers, but we continue to see
That's true.
outstanding 2D and 3D platforms release each year.
Yeah. Maybe I should make that a goal in 2024 to go through my 3D platforming games.
Every tarnished is, well, it's millennia. The second greatest test is patience. And by God, FromSoft, haven't we been tested enough? Torrent needs his exercise.
Okay, now we know what number 2 is.
Door of the lands between for details. Let's hear from some of our voters about what they're expecting from this expansion.
Number 2. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Shadow
I'm
of the
extremely
Erd
excited about the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Personally, I'm hoping that they.
Oh, this girl! I'm like, oh, she looks familiar. Yeah, it's this girl.
Same magical feeling.
Yeah.
In Limgrave for the first time. Just something new and exciting around every corner, pretty much.
I need.
In terms of boss fights,
I don't know if I'm
these
following her
bosses
yet.
that are
I don't think I
even
am.
harder than the base game. If we go back to previous From Software games, typically we've seen.
Is she playing every game on the DDR pad now? I thought it was just like a one-time
Some
thing.
examples would be Midir, Gale, Orphan of Kos.
That's
Sister
impressive,
Freed,
though.
Ranus, I would definitely say. It would be thrilling to see if they could come up with a boss that's even
That's
more
incredible.
difficult than Malenia. Story-wise, I think we'll get a greater understanding into Malenia's
Yeah,
brother,
she
Mikola,
she
which
played
is
the entire game on the
very much hinted and
DDR
talked about
pad.
in the main game. All in all, they can't release this DLC soon enough.
One final RPG featured in our show today is the return of a true cult classic. We saw this studio right at the beginning of the show with horror game Still Wakes the Deep, but they're also working on the second coming of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
Okay, so that's number 1. Oh no, wait, this is this not number 1? This is just feature.
Tell me, Willem, what rumors have you heard about me?
That you were there in Cairo. They called you the Slayer.
And what will I be to you, Willem? And
If
to this
when the
alone
Blade movie comes out, all right, whenever that is, because that's like the Marvel version of this game is never coming out apparently. But whenever the Blade movie comes out, you know, if it's a big hit, there's like a resurgence of vampire games lately. There's so many vampire games, which I'm not complaining about. I think it's fantastic. Make more of these games. It's really cool. Maybe not the Bethesda one. I forget what it is. The one I was looking forward to, but apparently it's terrible. But make a really good Blade game. I would love to see a good game in the Blade universe. Insomniac, make a Blade game.
The deep. Sword of the Sea. Holston. Persona 3.
Yeah.
Reload. Harold.
This is a list of anticipated games.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Yep, it's a big one there. I'm surprised it's at 20.
Menace.
I'm really surprised that's at 20. Avowed, yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Mm-hmm.
Frostpunk 2.
Frostpunk 2, yeah, we're getting into the obvious
Gloomwood.
categories here.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Again, they're just showing Harry.
Hollow Knight.
GTA 6, Harry. Is she gonna be in GTA 6?
Path of Exile 2. Homeworld.
They couldn't even put like a placeholder with text. GTA 6. They're like, here's Harry.
Helldivers 2. Like a Dragon. Infinite Wealth. Hades 2. Elden Ring. Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Number 1. What is it?
We've ranked 24 of our 25 most wanted games, each capturing a different piece of our fascinations.
It is a
had
varied list.
meditative
I'll give you that.
sword surfing, demonic skateboarding, eldritch road tripping, whether it's the three-dimensional space strategy of Homeworld 3 or the ever-expanding universe of build crafting and Path of Exile 2, the most wanted represents the games we can't help but hunger for. But for our panel of experts, one game more than any other had a clear hold on our hopes. This game received the highest voting total from our panel of critics, developers, and content creators.
For a PC game?
It's the long-awaited return of a series that found wonder in jammed firearms and crackling.
Is it Half-Life?
Striking a balance between lethal tension and dystopic.
No, but because they said it's imminent games that you know about, right?
But also, this game is a testament to developer fortitude.
Oh, no, it's not GTA.
This is a project that's weathered wartime,
They're featuring Harry.
relocations, and most recently, a severe studio fire. Here is
Oh.
our most wanted game.
Studio Fire. Damn it. Which studio caught on fire this year?
Number 1.
Stalker 2. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Hello
Stalker 2.
everyone. I'm Yevgen, the CEO of GC Game World and the game director of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. Recording this video feels almost surreal as I accept the award for the most anticipated PC game. Being here proves that several elements much larger than myself aligned for this moment to happen. Firstly, it's about you, our fans. Many years ago, when the journey we had planned concluded, you refused to leave the zone. You enriched it with stories, love, and life, ensuring that legacy continues through the years. You've shown us that there are still goals to achieve and stories to tell. Your passion has guided us throughout this journey, and I can never express enough gratitude for that. I consider this award a symbol of your unbreakable trust. Secondly, it's about the journey itself. This path was extraordinary, marked by dedication, passion, and commitment from everyone involved to deliver an unforgettable experience. I feel blessed to lead a team like this, and I dedicate this award to those talented individuals. Stalker 2 stands as the biggest and most complex game in our lives. It was ambitious from the beginning, but evolved into an ultimate challenge. It holds extreme significance and a deeply personal connection for us, crafted amidst the most stressful conditions imaginable, including the pandemic, war, relocation, cyber attacks, life threats, and more. Additionally, it's about the legacy. Stalker began as a PC franchise and has always been loyal to the PC community. Receiving this award at the PC Gaming Show feels like a confirmation that we will remain true to our vision and roots. This holds extra significance for me.
This is like
I
a high
understand that
bar for
discussing
like
somber topics during a gaming show might not be ideal,
the
but I'll
Game
take this
Awards
opportunity to
acceptance
address the
speeches
situation in
here.
my homeland.
Damn.
The war still goes on in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Those currently fighting on the front lines, including GC employees, are real heroes. Not all of them were trained for this, they simply couldn't turn away. Stalker 2 was important for us even before the war, but now it stands as a national product, aiming to convey Ukraine's unbreakable spirit to the world. Today, we celebrate our victory here, while simultaneously striving for our homeland's ultimate triumph in the future.
Hell yeah.
I am overwhelmed with the joy to recognize that Stalker 2 entered the final phase of development.
Hell yeah.
Fellow Stalkers will soon reunite in the zone once again. Thank you all for this award. I assure you it holds far more meaning than I can express in a foreign language. Now I want to show you the story trailer we have prepared for this occasion. Please enjoy.
That was a fucking high bar acceptance speech, and the Game Awards is next week, and I don't know how you top that from the PC Gaming Show. But hopefully we'll see. I mean, Christopher Judge, right? His name? I don't think he's doing any speeches in the Game Awards this year.
You asked me about my good luck.
But, you know, we'll
Remember?
see.
It's an empty shop.
Decided to play soldier with me? Dimitri and I were just discussing a certain puzzle we found in the zone. But we can't quite seem to get all the pieces to fit. Maybe you can figure it out.
It reminded me that we used to be puppets.
I took just one awkward step, and my whole world plunged into darkness. I'm sorry, Strider.
That was the day the psi fields were turned off. Suddenly, the voice of Monolith was gone. I felt as if I was awakening from a years-long coma. And through the scope, I saw the body of an unknown soldier fall.
We had a simple choice. Sit back and just wait for another super emission, or take a chance and get control of the anomalous energy.
Only I didn't choose that path. Unlike you.
Damn. I'm impressed by all of that. Wait, not on PlayStation? Only on PC and Xbox.
Thank you for joining us in
Interesting.
counting down the PC Gaming Show.
Interesting. That's
Most
console
Hated.
exclusive
And
Xbox
thanks
game?
as well to our sponsors at Intel for helping us put on this broadcast. And remember, all the games featured in today's show can be found on the PC Gaming Show Steam page at pcgamer.com/wishlist. The Most Wanted list will continue in 2024. The overflowing bounty of PC gaming does not quit, and neither will our judges. But before then, we'll see you back here in June 2024 when the PC Gaming Show returns.
June 20. Okay, so they're not doing another showcase before then.
They've locked me in.
Are
I
they
think they're
are they
about
down to
turn the
one or
lights
two
out.
showcases a year
Thank you
this
again
time?
for watching.
Okay. That was a fun time. That was cool. I wasn't expecting, I guess I don't know why I was expecting less. But I was. I'll just be honest. But it was, sometimes I'm surprised by the PC Gaming Show. Sometimes it's like, and I think I do this every time. I'm like, oh, there's not like, I got the holiday theme right now for the Twitch stream. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, it's PC Gaming Show or whatever, and then the showcase stuff. I'm like, oh damn, I'm looking forward to that. I need to wishlist that right now. So I got a list. Here. I'll check out these games. Make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm already wishlisting like half of these. They're just a reminder, I guess. But yeah, some cool stuff. Solid list of anticipated games. A lot of stuff I forgot about, but was a nice reminder. I don't know if they do this every year or if this is like the first year that they're doing this, but it's cool if they do this every year. Maybe I should do like a reaction thing every year. Try to pay attention more when it happens. But I feel like the most important thing though is the Game Awards, which is happening next week, Thursday, December 7th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be not here, but over on the Spawn Trap channel. So it's Twitch.tv /SpawnTrapGames, YouTube.com/@SpawnTrapGames. There is a live event already set up on the YouTube channel, so you can set a notification for it right now, so that way you don't miss it. I will be there. Court will be there. I think Jordan will be there. So hopefully we can have, I don't know if anybody else is going to be there. I did reach out to Matt. He said he's going to be busy, unfortunately. That man is a very busy man this year. And I don't envy him, but also I kind of do, because it's like a lot of it seems like a lot of great stuff, so I'm very happy for him, but I'm sad that he's missing out on a lot of content recently, and hopefully he will be in more going forward in the new year. Hopefully you can see the return of Matt at Spawn Trap. But I'm reaching out to see who else can join. But I think the core of us, the main faces you see all the time on Spawn Trap, we should hopefully be there for the Game Awards. If not, I will at least be there. And we'll be reacting to a celebration of probably the best year in gaming. Studio closures and layoffs aside, best year in gaming. And watching the new game announcements, although Jeff Keighley says to temper your expectations. I'm not. I have some wild expectations and like theories. I'm already overhyping the Game Awards. I know I'm going to be let down at this point, but looking forward to it. So you can watch along with us live and react with us. We have our predictions list, so me and Court are kind of going to be like competing against each other and see who got the most right. It'll be a nice, fun, competitive stream while we're watching the awards. And what was the other thing I wanted to say about that? I don't even remember now. Hopefully the stage doesn't get bum rushed. Hopefully they have better security, because I hate when that shit happens. So Jeff, like, he puts so much work into the shows and celebrating games and everything, and some jackass tries to ruin it, and it's happened twice in a year's time. So I hope that doesn't continue, and we can actually enjoy the show, and everybody can celebrate the games that have been released this year. Also, what I was going to say is, if you can't watch it live, don't worry. It will be available as an archive stream later. I know it is important for these kind of events, you do want to show up and watch them live because you want to see who won the awards. You want to see the announcements as they happen. I am one of those weirdos where if there is, because I'm doing the live stream, so like the content creators that I would like to watch the stream reaction for, I can't watch them live because I'm like they're watching it live. I am one of those weirdos. It's like, oh, I'll watch that, maybe like just like the highlight moments. I'm like, I want to see what their reaction is to this moment, and I'll go back and watch it. So if you're one of those weirdos like me, the stream will be archived on Spawn Trap, so you can watch it later. So don't worry. It will be the same live stream link. So if you want to do a watch later thing on YouTube, like add it to a list, you should be able to watch it afterwards, unless it gets copyright strike, because that's the only issue. Sometimes I can't just cut that part out or mute it because there's going to be music at the awards and advertisements, commercials. We've been hit for previous years for those copyright issues, so sometimes I have to make a new video out of that. But you know, comes with the territory. We kind of expect it. Work the best as we can around it. But ideally, you should be able to add it to watch later list and then watch it later if you prefer. So yeah, that's it for me. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I was planning on working on half of the free games video for the @free video games YouTube channel that I started about I thought I started that in January. I guess I started it later, so it hasn't even been a year yet. I started earlier this year. So if you want to know about free video games to play every weekend, go to @free video games on YouTube. So I post videos every week about free games that you can play, and sometimes I do them for the entire month, what we know about games coming out for the entire month, and that is now. Probably I might not be able to do it this week. I might have to wait till next week, but I will be doing free games for December. It's gonna be hard to think about because sometimes there's like some surprise giveaways, so whatever I can find. But I will be streaming Saturday and Sunday night and Wednesday night because that's the current Twitch live schedule for the live channel. So it's 9 p.m. Eastern on each of those nights. Saturday, we're going to be playing Poke MMO. It's a fan-made online Pokemon MMO, which you may remember was like the first few live streams on this channel way back in the day. Yes, that game is still kicking around. They added the Johto regions to the game, so the Heart Gold and Soul Silver stuff. We've been playing that. So I've been playing with some folks who really enjoy that game, and I've been waiting to play that game like all the way through, like a campaign, with some friends who actually like are hooked on the game, want to continue and play it regularly. So I'm glad that we're doing that. So I'm finally playing that game as I've wanted to, because I've just been playing it solo whenever I jump in randomly here or there. And then Sunday we're doing Baldur's Gate 3. Been having fun with Baldur's Gate 3. And then Wednesday I'm continuing my backlog with Assassin's Creed Origins. Should be jumping into the DLC portion of that game soon. If you're wondering, Till, I didn't know you stream all this. Why am I not seeing this on this channel? Well, that's because you're watching the original channel, which lost its purpose and its intention along the way and started becoming a live stream channel. And then I realized for a number of factors, hey, I need to make a separate channel. So if you want to watch live streams, not these reaction streams, live gaming streams, make sure to check out the live channel. So it's @TillPlaysLive, youtube.com/@TillPlaysLive, or you can follow on Twitch if you prefer, twitch.tv/TillPlays. Make sure that you not only follow, but you turn on notifications so you know when I go live. Sometimes notifications don't work for Twitch. I think for YouTube as well, if you don't turn on all notifications. That's fine. You can join the Discord, linked in the Linktree link down in the description below if it's there. If YouTube doesn't hate me and gets rid of links, because I've been having a ongoing struggle and issue with YouTube, which has been chronicled on this YouTube channel if you want to go through that timeline of events. But hopefully it should be there, Linktree/TillPlays. And you can follow my Discord, get alerted when I go live that way. as well as all of the other places where you can follow me. I'm mostly active right now online on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. Instagram's a great place to know about live streams and schedules and stuff like that. And if you cannot get onto Blue Sky, hit me up. I usually have a lot of codes, and I want to get people on there. But I think they'd like monitor invites though, so I got to be a little bit more selective, not just like randomly give them away. But I'm doing that right now, so I have spare invites as of recording this. If you want to get in, just hit me up, and I'll try to get you a code. If you're on there already, just follow me. But that's it for me. Hopefully we'll see you at the Game Awards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.